Hi, I'm John Sefrud.
I'm Annalise, and welcome to NorSwiss Dairy. Construction on the dairy started 10 years ago in 1998. We milked the first cows in January of 1999. At that time, we had one freestall barn with 200 cows. We've added 3 more freestall barns and gradually expanded them to 6 rows to house 1,000 cows. About 4 years ago, we built 2 coverall barns to house dry cows and close-ups. Currently, a 70-foot by 110-foot coverall holds our close-up heifers. A 70-foot by 260 coverall holds approximately 100 close-up cows. Last summer, we expanded the dairy again and added a 70-foot by 210-foot coverall barn with a bedded compost pack for our fresh cows. Currently today, we are milking just under 1,200 cows.
We're standing in our latest barn that we just built, coverall 70 by 210. We built it for our fresh cows as a better spot for cow comfort for the transition cows. We already have, this will be our 3rd barn. They're all very similar as far as how they're made up. The side walls are 14 foot, which allows a nice breeze through. We've got a straw, which is a little unique for this. We have a straw bedded pack instead of sawdust, which would be typical for a compost, but we're using finely chopped straw. And we rototill it. This pack we rototill twice a day, and we use a tractor-sized rototiller. It's on a 100 horsepower tractor, and we feel it's important to use a rototiller. The pack, what will happen at the pack is during the winter it'll build to, there's a 4-foot concrete wall all the way around, and it will build up to that 4 feet, and then as the summer heat hits, it'll start to shrink, and we're already seeing it. It was up at the 4-foot level, and now it's down about a foot or so. I think the coverall itself, because of the high arch, tends to have just a little more air in it than what our freestall barns have. Some of the other nice features, I guess, that I really like is the fact that I can light this whole barn with 5 lights instead of on my normal freestall barns I have 10. And even with 10 lights, that isn't enough. But in here, the 5 lights just light it up really nice. And then even during the day, you've got a lot of light. And I think the cows like that too. The other main reason for going with this style of coverall barn was when you're rototilling, you got to be up next to the wall. And we wanted enough height so that we didn't hit that with the loader or the tractor, you know, so that it's easy to get in and get out. It's about a 10-minute job to rototill the barn, and the cows stay nice and clean, and they like it. What we're doing is we're aerating the pack. We're actually mixing the manure in with the straw bedding with the rototiller. And we find that the rototiller works a little better for us than a digger because of the straw. The straw, it didn't want to separate as well. And when you see them go, you'll see a little steam come. That's bed pack heating. We started this in December, so it's 6 months old. And our experience is you can go probably a year without cleaning it out, maybe 14 months, depending on how high your sidewalls are. Our goal is to clean it out in the fall and then restart it before winter, because starting the bed pack in the winter is hard. It just doesn't want to start the heat like it would if you started it when it's warmer temperatures. So we want to maybe in August or in September clean this barn out and then start fresh. But what we'll do is when we get it all cleaned out, we'll put a layer of maybe 1 foot to 2 foot of straw over the whole thing, and then just let the cows start to go on it, and then rototill it in. And it takes about a week to 2 weeks for it to start to heat, and then after about a month it's going pretty good. The evolution of this barn that we're in right now, it's been where we have our close-up cows for 8 years probably. I went and looked at different barns in the area, and most of the wood ones carried a truss to get this far, carried a truss across, and the ones I looked at like that had loader dings on it, and I didn't want that. I wanted it clear span. So then we got a hold of our coverall dealer and got him to bid us, and it came in at that time just a little cheaper than a wood structure, and about the same money as a steel structure. And I just thought to have this extra light was something that I wanted to at least try on one barn. So that's how we ended up with it, is because we needed something to span the whole deal. My heifers are on a pack that they have outside lot access, but these close-up cows, we don't want them going outside in the mud, so we keep them in the barn, and we have to manage this a little harder than that heifer barn. The heifer barn, the compost comes out of there almost perfect. When we're hauling, it just looks like dirt. You know, it comes out just kind of that earthy appearance. One of the other things that we really like about the coverall barn aspect of doing compost is in the winter time when it starts getting pretty cold and you're rototilling or aerating your pack, you'll steam the whole barn up. And it doesn't build a lot of condensation. And if it does build a little bit up on the metal, when it melts, it doesn't rain on you. It runs down the inside of the plastic. It's not raining on the pack like it would be on a peak barn. It's not that you can't do this in a peak barn, but it is an advantage to the coverall. We haven't done a lot of maintenance to this barn at all, and the tarp is still pretty tight. So other than that, we really haven't had to do any maintenance on this barn. I think the steel tends to stay a little nicer. If you look at my headlocks in this barn, they're not quite as rusty as in my freestall barn, and there is quite a bit of air volume compared to the freestall. In this barn, we decided not to put curtains. We've got a 100-year-old shelter belt that's around the barn, and we were more concerned about ventilation being an issue in the summer. What we've found, we were also concerned when we went to the compost pack that heat, because the pack gets up to 130 degrees, that it would get too hot in here. But actually, the opposite happens. It stays cooler in this barn. In the summer, it's probably 10 degrees cooler in the barn than outside, pretty much every day. And then in the winter, we haven't had very much freeze-up problems. The barn itself goes up fast. It's nice not to have to have any posts in the way. I think for the application that we're using in it, it's one of the best choices. We like this size too, although the bigger barns, I think, have their place too. The 70-foot barn, as far as price per square foot, has worked out really well.